What's going down, Green Screen Entertainment fans? Your homie Jay Green back right now with a review for a brand new Steven Spielberg film, Disclosure Day. Now, whenever you hear Steven Spielberg is dropping something, your ears gotta perk up a little bit. I mean, we talking about the GOAT. Now, this movie stars Jack O'Connell, Emily Blunt, Colman Domingo, Colin Firth, Eve Hewson, and Wyatt Russell. Now, for all of y'all out there who have no idea what Disclosure Day is all about, I would say if you look at Steven Spielberg's Close Encounters, and then you think about all the conversation of the UAPs and you put that into the aspect of, for years the government has been hiding this information, and there's like some secret department that's kind of utilizing that knowledge and whatnot for their own good. And then now we got some whistleblowers that are gonna blow the lid on this whole thing. That's what this movie is. And I thought it was done extremely well. Great time at the movie theater. Left me with a bit of awe and wonder, some excitement, pulse-pounding action at times, phenomenal acting from top to bottom, and also an emotional weight toward the end that I wasn't expecting. So I would definitely say this movie is worthy of a trip to the theater. I thought that this movie had that classic Steven Spielberg magic. The score to this movie was by John Williams, and when Steven Spielberg and John Williams get together, magic. And I thought that the movie handled the idea of knowledge about extraterrestrial life and trying to get that knowledge out to the world and what that might look like, the people that are going to be after said individuals doing this certain situation, how people might initially perceive said information, those types of things. I thought that this movie handled that very well. I thought that this movie was paced very well. It jumps right into the action up top where we're already in the midst of Jack O'Connell's character on the run. And while he's on the run throughout the film, there's one time or another that he's using some of this alien tech in order to get away. And what I liked that the movie did was it never explains specifically what this alien tech does. It just allows you to see it or see glimpses of it or forecasting of what it might be able to do. And then later on, when the movie utilizes it to its fullest potential, it plays out and you're like, oh snap, that's hella dope. Jack O'Connell was great. Colman Domingo, always dope. Emily Blunt is amazing. I love with Emily Blunt's character, there was some Jedi mind trickery type swag jumping off with her, which I thought was super dope and fun. Colin Firth was killing it. His character is someone that you're against, but at the same time, you kind of understand where they're coming from in a way. So he played that line very well. Colman Domingo being a bit of a through line for the film, kind of guiding our main protagonist along this journey so they can all come together and then bring what they need to bring to fruition. I also like how this movie didn't waste any characters, right? Jack O'Connell, we see him with a girl in the trailer. That's his girlfriend. She's not wasted. Wyatt Russell is playing Emily Blunt's boyfriend. He's not wasted in this movie. They have their purpose. They serve their purpose for each of these characters to kind of get to where they need to go and things of that nature, but they never leave them be. They revisit those characters and see how they're reacting when everything comes to fruition in the end. So I like how every person had something to do. And I also like with a movie like this dealing with aliens and extraterrestrial life, none of the characters seem outlandish or goofy. The way that the agents that are trying to get Jack O'Connell and Emily Blunt's characters react and are acting throughout the film makes sense every step of the way. They're never too outlandish. They don't go so far that you're like, man, F that guy. You're like, I see what you're trying to do. You're trying to do your job. I get it. And then everybody on the good guy's side, they also act in a reasonable fashion as well. So there were no characters in this movie that I felt were wasted and no characters that were outlandish doing crazy things that would take you out of the film. Again, it was a quality film in regards to the writing, the direction, the pacing. We're talking about Steven Spielberg, the GOAT. So he's bringing his A game. Now, while this movie wasn't super deep on like mystery, think of everything that you've heard over the years. Roswell, the UAPs that they were talking about the past couple of years, things of that nature. The idea is that we have all this footage and all this documentation that this ish is real. And like I said, Jack O'Connell and Emily Blunt's characters are coming together with Colman Domingo to bring this to everyone. I ain't spoiling shit. The trailer did all that for you. It's the best, worst kept secret. Keeping it real. But the point is the mystery of how Jack O'Connell's character is able to understand what he understands, and how Emily Blunt is playing into this position, and how Coleman Domingo is playing into all of that. That is, again, sprinkled throughout the entire film. So when you start to see all these breadcrumbs start to come together and you get the full picture, you're like, oh wow, that was a nice little mystery that you had within this simple premise of just devolving this information. In this movie, it is not about actually encountering the aliens or seeing a crazy alien spaceship. There is a scene in the trailer where you're like, oh shit, the aliens are coming. You don't really see that in here. It's kind of like just a piece of video footage that is like a second thought in the film itself. But that being said, there are a handful of moments in this movie where you are on the edge of your seat. How are they gonna get out of this situation? The action that's playing out on screen. That train sequence that you see in the trailer played out very well. Loved it. Yo, have you heard of Disclosure Day? Was this movie on your radar? Are you a fan of aliens and flying saucers in movies or in real life? Holla at your homie in the comments below. Your homie, Jay Green, I'm out. Also, before I let y'all get up out of here, remember, your homie is now working with GainsCon Media, and every December, we hosting a film festival in Vegas. This year, it'll be December 4th and 5th. I'm gonna leave a link to the website in the description below. Hit us up, see what we got going down, and if you're in Vegas this December, check us out. Your homie, Jay Green, I'm out.